market is in extreme fear. We already saw circuit breaker on Asian markets, and most likely American stock markets will also have a very bad day today. The tariffs are affecting even more than we expected, not only the US, but also global markets, which trickle down to crypto, as we said before. So today we're going to be looking at a little bit of both worlds, so TradFi and crypto, to understand where this could bottom and if there's any chance of us buying at the right time or at least exiting in a safe manner. So let's jump right into today's video. So the market looks gloomy today. We have here Bitcoin at $77,000, Ethereum at 1,500, XRP at 179, BNB at 547, Solana at $102. So all of these are not the bottom for these tokens today, because this morning we saw Bitcoin lower, Ethereum lower, Solana went to 2 digits. So things are not looking good. And if we look at the stock market index, so the global index, it is so red right now. So removing VIX and volatility index, all these sorts of things, everything is down. Even markets that are not open yet, that are carrying a negative day from Friday, you can see everything is red. And things that are open already, like the Russian, European markets, the Asian markets are no longer open, but you can see that all of them closed in the red, or most of them closed in the red. We had the Nikkei, the Japanese market, that closed with a circuit breaker. It went below 8% fall, so that caused a circuit breaker. Chinese markets also 7%, almost 8% in the red. And today, most likely, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, S&P 500, when they open, they're not going to be very happy as well. So there's other indicators that show that things are not good, but we have the VIX to look into, and now we have something called gold to silver ratio, which is a ratio between allocation in gold and allocation in silver from these traders. And guess what? Now, because of market uncertainty, people are looking for places to store their value, so to hold their value. They're not going to Bitcoin. Unfortunately, they're not going to Bitcoin, and we can see that on the price itself of Bitcoin. They're going back to gold, and you can see that the silver gold ratio is fluctuating back to gold, meaning that silver, which is a more volatile asset, people are going from silver to holding more gold, and that ratio has patterns, and we broke this pattern in a way that we saw in 2022, in 2020, which was the pandemic, and in 08, so the 08 housing market that we saw the same patterns repeating themselves. So in 2022 we had a loss of 15% in the pandemic, over 20 to 25% in the global stock market, and in 2008 we saw 50% loss there in the global stock market. So this gold to silver ratio was a huge indicator for those times, and now it is showing huge amount of people going from silver to gold. And this ratio means that we are in an extreme fear, and we can confirm that with the VIX. As you can see, the VIX is going up right here, and when we have a VIX above 36, it is a huge signal of fear, and now we are at 48. So everything is showing that the market is fearing a low economic growth because of these tariffs and because of the situation worldwide. And of course, there is no recession talk right now because we don't have the same recession indicators flashing like we had for recession periods. But with the VIX, with the gold to silver ratio skewing towards gold, we can see that markets are not happy with the situation right now. And if we use bond yields to show, they are going down as well. So bond yields are going down instead of going up, which is a signal for inflation. So the bond yields are actually falling down like the stock market is. When we pivot to crypto, we can see that the crypto market is also in an extreme fear sentiment. So as I said before, Bitcoin is not being looked into as a place where we store value, a place where everything is going crazy right now, we need to protect our assets, let's go to Bitcoin. This is not what is happening right now, but actually is the opposite. If we look right here to the liquidation heat map, just longs have been liquidated a lot, $1.4 billion in total liquidations in the past 24 hours. And of course, the biggest ones are Ethereum and Bitcoin. We can see that 84.5% of all positions liquidated were longs. You can see we're not 100% long liquidation, which means there's still some tokens inside of the crypto space that are going up and are liquidating people because people are thinking they're going down. But in the overall, we are losing money in the crypto sphere. With Bitcoin actually touching the 74,000, Ethereum touching the 1400s, and Solana going to the $95 per Solana. So you can see how this is scary. And when we overlay it with the S&P 500, we see that they are following pretty much what the traditional market is doing. So overall, very bearish. We entered a bearish scenario, but there is some light at the end of the tunnel, which is crypto is following global liquidity with a 3-month skew. What does that mean? It means when you start to overlay global liquidity cycles with crypto market movements, you can see that whenever there's movement, whenever there's increased global liquidity, meaning not only the US, but the global markets, the global banks together, when there's increased liquidity in the whole world, well, crypto performs well. And if you overlay these cycles, you see that they fit perfectly. But when you start zooming in, you're going to see that right now, liquidity is increasing globally, but Bitcoin is going down. Why is that? Well, when you skew that 3 months over, you're going to see that the patterns, they kind of match up very, very well. So that brings us to the speculation that April might be a bottom for Bitcoin. And maybe we are going to start to see that cycle going back up again and again by using other indicators and other data, which if they're correct, it suggests that the period of 66 months between a cycle of global liquidity, we should still have until September of 2025, where the global liquidity is going up. And then we're going to have a 33 months period when liquidity is going down. So again, if the data is correct and things move accordingly to historical patterns and data, we should see a bottom close to the end of April, beginning of May. Then after that, we should see crypto catching up with global liquidity, following global liquidity, meaning more injection of money coming into crypto as a whole. But as always, things here is just a speculation, and you should try to find a way to, while wait for the market to get you better entries, get you good opportunities for you to buy and hold. Well, you should find a place where to keep your money while you wait for the greatest opportunity to enter the markets. And there is no better place than with the copy trading in Bitopics. Here it is an options copy trading where we use your stablecoin to generate income with options. So it is a fully derivative copy trading system. You don't have to do anything. We do the trading for you. There's a success fee, meaning only when we make profitable trades, we get a cut of it. And guess what? We hadn't had for over 2 years now, no negative months. Every month we have been making money, and we have two strategies right here. Both of them are in stablecoin. So you don't need to buy Bitcoin. You don't need to buy Ethereum, just USDT or USDC. You deposit here and you let it ride. And guess what? The 0DT strategy, which is a little more risky, it has been giving almost 100% ROI per year. In the meantime, the most risk-free strategies called the Phoenix, it has been giving around 21% per year, which is way more than what you can get just by depositing the S&P 500, because 100% per year is crazy. And also 21% per year, you cannot get that yield on your dollar anywhere in any banks in the United States. So imagine depositing right here and making passive income. Guess what? In the month of March, we touched the 3% mark, and we are on day 7 of April, and we are almost at 2%. So April could be a very good month for us to go back. We have been going down a little bit, but April could be the beginning of a good streak and going back up percentage wise. So again, if you want to check out Bitopics, is the first link in the description. You just go there, register, and deposit in the copy trading strategy. So now we have to wait. Like I said in the last video, this is a waiting game for us to get a better entry, better prices, and just wait for this whole dust to settle regarding Trump's tariffs. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please stay safe, and I'll catch you guys on Wednesday for another video. Thank you. Take care.